welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you celebrated, I hope you had a beautiful Easter day. And I'm sorry to come along and ruin it for you. But here I am. I have two absolutely terrifying stories to share with you of shootings that took place along our nation's highways and byways that took the life of an innocent passenger and left an officer looking to lend a helping hand, fighting for his life. The first story I want to share with you took place on March 25th of 2021, and it involves a Pennsylvania couple who is heading to Hilton Head, South Carolina to celebrate their 7th wedding anniversary. They never made it. Because one small error in judgment made by the husband, an error that could have easily been made by any of us, ended his wife's life in the blink of an eye. According to police reports, the husband, Ryan Eberly, told him he was driving south on Interstate 95, heading to celebrate his wedding anniversary with his wife Julie, when he changed lanes on the freeway. He said a car was approaching from behind, but he didn't realize the car was trying to get around him. He said when he changed lanes, he forced the approaching car onto the shoulder of the road for just a few seconds, but their cars never made contact. He said it was merely a mistake on his part, and he immediately gave the other car room to get back into the lane as soon as possible. Then, just moments later, he told police he noticed the car behind him move into the lane to the right and pull alongside of them. Then, he said, the shooting started. He said he heard the bullets hitting his car, and then he heard his wife yell his name. He asked if she had been hit, and she responded yes. Julie had been shot through her car door. ABC 15 News obtained the heartbreaking 911 call made by Ryan Eberly as he tried to save his wife's life after the shooting, and they released the transcript. He was begging for them to send help, stating that his wife had been shot in the head and she was bleeding very badly. He told the 911 dispatcher that he was trying to stop his wife from bleeding to death as she sat in the passenger seat of their car, and he was pleading with her to stay with him as they waited for help to arrive. Julie was transported to the hospital, where she later died. Police put out a $10,000 reward for information leading to the suspect who shot and killed Julie, and not long after, 29-year-old Dawan Floyd was arrested and charged with her murder. He was charged with first-degree murder and discharging a weapon into occupied property. Julie Eberly was only 47 years old, and she had 6 children. She was murdered because she was riding in a car on her way to a celebration, and a psycho tried to pass them on the road, didn't get what he wanted, so he killed her. She wasn't driving. She didn't cut him off. But she paid for the mistake with her life. Why? Because people don't flip each other off on the roads anymore. The new in thing is to shoot at each other. Because you got cut off and you didn't get to pass like you wanted to. Makes sense. People should die for that. Makes about as much sense as the next story I'm going to share with you, about a police officer who stopped to help a stranded driver and was left fighting for his life as a result. Just one day after Julie Eberly was brutally gunned down on the freeway, Texas State Trooper Chad Walker responded to a call for help from a disabled vehicle stranded on the side of the road in rural Limestone County. He thought he was going to help a stranded driver. What he didn't know was that he was being called to an ambush that would leave him fighting for his life. As he approached the vehicle on the side of the road, Trooper Walker didn't even have a chance to stop his car before he was being fired upon. The man in the vehicle who made the distress call fired on Walker as he drove up to him, hitting him in both the head and the abdomen. According to the police report, the man waited for the trooper to arrive, then exited his vehicle with a gun and started firing through the trooper's windshield. Then he fled the scene. Walker was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and as of the latest news reports, he was no longer showing any brain activity. He was being kept alive long enough to donate his organs. Police tracked down the shooter, who barricaded himself into a home, then died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Trooper Walker left behind his wife, his 15-year-old son, his 7-year-old twin daughters, and he also had a 2-month-old baby girl, who will never know who her father was or how much he loved her. All she will ever know is that he was murdered while trying to help someone he thought was in trouble. Somebody with a death wish who decided to take Trooper Walker with him. These are not isolated stories. There are news reports everywhere of people being shot at on the roads, mostly as a result of road rage. It's a real thing, and you need to be really aware of it. My son says that if I had my way, he'd let me wrap him up in bubble wrap and I'd never let him leave the house. And he's right. But I've tried, and he won't let me. It's terrifying out there. It's terrifying to think that you can make one error of judgment while driving, and your worst worry isn't causing an accident anymore. It's getting shot because you pissed someone off. Or if someone pisses you off and you decide to chase them down or act a fool because of it. Don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life to try to prove somebody wrong. Be the bigger person and let it go. Stay alive. Especially if you have passengers in your car. Don't make them victims of your rage either. It takes nothing anymore. Nothing for someone to end your life because you made them angry. Your life is too precious to take that chance. I drive. I know how stupid and inconsiderate people can be. I was almost in an accident just days ago because I was turning left into a parking structure and someone whipped up behind me and decided not to wait. So he drove up on my driver's side in the oncoming traffic lane to fly around me. I almost hit him when I went to turn. Thank God I saw him in my rearview mirror, or I could have been in the very same boat, getting shot at for almost hitting him, even though he was at fault. You never know, and it takes nothing for people to lose their minds. Please drive safely. Take that extra second before changing lanes. Don't block people who try to pass. And don't brake check people driving too close. It's all stupid, and it could end your life. If you feel like you're losing it on the road, pull over, take a deep breath, and remember, you are valuable, and you matter. And if something bad happens to you, all the people you love and who love you are going to pay for it. So I'm going to tell you what I tell myself when I get on the roads and everyone is being stupid. It isn't worth it. Just take your ass back home and try again tomorrow. I can guarantee you there is no place you've got to be that is worth your life. Remember that. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.